What's going on, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk. Michael back at it with another video of talking, of course, the Chicago Bears. As you can see, I have the jersey for because it's appropriate time to use this for today's video. It's gonna be a special topic, so get your popcorn ready for this one. As you know, we take a deep dive, and I'm going to give my reason into believing why Rome Odunze is a superstar wide receiver in the making, and he is arguably one of the best, if not one of the best receivers in this draft class. I mean, he can very well be the best receiver in this draft class if he reaches his high to potential. Before we begin with today's video, once again, I know I sound like a broken record. If you are new to the channel and you stumble across this video, hit the big red subscribe button and hit the bell notifications, as well as leaving me a like for more of Bears content. So let's talk about Rome Odunze, and it's going to take a deep dive into his career. So let's get right into it. So I took a deep dive into his entire career, starting through Washington. So as 2020, the COVID year, where he didn't even start at all, he had 72 receiving yards with 0 touchdowns. So he only played 9 plays. But then we started seeing the potential that he could bring to the starting row. He had 415 receiving yards, and he played about 43 plays. And at the line of scrimmage, he had 4 touchdowns. In 2020, where we really started seeing the peak of Rome Odunze, 1,145 with 7 touchdowns, and he also had a rushing touchdown as well. So that's a total of 8 entirely touchdowns. So, if I'm not mistaken, that was Michael Penix's best year of all of college football. And this year, he had a total of 13 touchdowns and 1,640 receiving yards. This proved how good he was in all of college football. And look at the quarterbacks that he had to play for. And I already know Wikipedia is not a reliable source, but if you go look at the main starting quarterbacks, he played with Dylan Morse. Dylan Morse, you don't even know this unless you're a diehard Husky fan, but going to Michael Penix, Rome Odunze was a big reason why Michael Penix went in the first round. Rome was literally Washington's best player of all of college. Was Washington's best player on offense. So basically, when we talk it like that entire Washington offense last year was all Rome Odunze, and he played with Dylan Morse. I mean, look at Dylan Morse's stats. This is when he started. 14 touchdowns with 12 INTs. And if you go look at Rome that year, he had 4 touchdowns that year. And saw the potential. But they get an upgrade at quarterback, and we really see what Rome can do. And now he's going with Caleb Williams. And I took the time out of my day to go this scouting report by Bleacher Report. They say his height is 6'3", 212 pounds. And the hands and the arm and the wingspan, and his 40-yard dash was 4.45, and the three cone 6.88, shuttle 4.03, vertical 39, board 10.4. So here are some positives. Great size and strength for the position. Strutty and rockled up build. Good fluency and charge of direction, easy mover. Very good route runner. Polished player who uses length and strength effectively to separate. Great ball skills and catch radius. Very consistent ball tracking. And flashes of physical yards after the catch ability and strong player with good feel to space. That is basically what you need in today's NFL. Somebody that has good yards after the catch because of the hip tackle rules, of the kickoff rules. So that's basically what you need. And shout out to John Jay if he's watching this. He's a Cal Bears fan. And he told me when I was doing a scouting report on Rome Odunze, he said, quote, Rome in their entire history was the first player in their entire history when they were playing the Cal Bears to score a punt return touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. So Rome has all the attributes that literally no Washington player in their entire history has scored a punt return touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. But let's go to the negatives, which is very little. Average long speed, average explosiveness. Doesn't really pop at the top of the routes when he has the ball. So, and they basically go over his 2023 status. He played 14 games and had 28 not 20, 87 catches with 1,553, an average 17.9, 13 with 2 rushing attempts for 37 yards with 1 touchdown, which is literally the game that I told you about. Overall, Rome Odunze is a big body receiver who separates at the winning ball in the air. Odunze's consistent catch ability is his calling card at 6'3" and 215 pounds. He has both the length and strength to outmuscle defensive backs for the ball with great consistency. It's not just physical traits, though. Odunze tracks the ball beautifully and understands how to attack the ball at its highest point. He also has the flexibility and quick reaction skill to adjust to any throw, giving him a very quarterback-friendly catch radius. Odunze is a smooth move for his size. He doesn't have impressive speed or explosiveness, but he doesn't lumber at all. Odunze plays solid, consistent speed, and he changes direction rather effortlessly. For a player his size, when combined with how well he used his length and strength as a route runner, he consistently finds ways to get open. You see how smart receiver Odunze is, the way he runs his routes. Odunze does an excellent job manipulating leverage versus man coverage, as well as negotiation space versus zone coverage. Odunze has a way of understanding where the weak points are and how to get himself there effortlessly. When Odunze falls short, is explosive ability, though he's a strong, consistent catch weapon down the field. Doomsday isn't really a burner. His speed on film is average. He has enough to get it done, no more than less. Doomsday also doesn't have much pop when changing directions. His flexibility allows him to smoothly turn and not lose speed, but he doesn't really explode out of breaks. That could be a issue versus smarter, quicker defensive backs. Doomsday is a quarterback's best friend, which he was to Michael Penix. He's a reliable route runner when good size and accurate erasing catching radius. A Doomsday can be a classic X receiver who moonlights as a slot receiver from time to time, thanks to his awareness and ability to play in traffic. So his grade is an 8.9 impact player in the first round, which he did go in the first round. Overall ranked 6. He did go at number 9, so that's remarkably close, even though the Giants should have taken him. Position bake is a wide receiver too, which is his peak on the Chicago Bears. And the comparison is shades of Davante Adams. If he can turn, Rome could easily be wide receiver 1 on majority of other teams because of that potential of what he can bring to the table. And if he is Davante Adams and DJ Moore coming off of a career year, watch out, man. And I do think that I don't think Keenan Allen is going to have a bad year, but with Keenan Allen having a injury history, don't be surprised if Rome stars as a wide receiver too. If he can play with Dylan Morse and Michael Penix, imagine what he can do with Caleb. And Michael Penix, I know people have mixed opinions about him, but Rome was the main reason why Penix went in the first round, or he had a high enough draft stock to get into the NFL. And Rome was a big reason why Washington was in the national championship. They just ran into Michigan. Michigan was literally the best team. They were going to win the championship. Well, Michigan was going to win the championship, but in my opinion, I do think Rome could be the best receiver amongst all, and I mean over Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors. Bro, he literally impressed the Giants' entire coaching staff, and they decided to take Malik Neighbors. And look how that's looking so far. Rome has better character issues than Malik. And Rome talks about how good Caleb is. Over here, Malik Neighbors is like mispronouncing his own quarterback, calling Daniel Jones Daniel Jones or whatever, however he says it. But that's basically my thoughts about Rome Odunze. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have watched Rome Odunze in college. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think Rome could be the best receiver amongst all the wide receivers this year, and he can be a superstar. So let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.